right, here we go. In another glorious mood. Was trying to do some voiceovers because that's what I try to do as well. You know, I try to get into this medium any way I can. So I was on ACX's website, which is Amazon's website for ebooks, you know, stuff that's on Audible and whatnot. And, you know, I'm looking through them and I'm reading a couple of them, and I mean, they're neat. I just, you know, I don't want to read somebody else's stuff. It's just, and I'm not knocking anybody that does voiceovers. I think voiceovers are awesome, but it's me personally. I just don't want to I don't want to read somebody else's stuff. You know, I was starting to read one, and I probably got, I don't know, 80% of the way through it, and I'm just like, I can't read this. It's not even interesting. So then not only is it hard to find them, right? But you have to find ones that are interesting to you. Because why would you want to tell that story if you don't find it interesting? You know, I can't read manuals. You know, I have to work on my speech as it is, you know, because, you know, I sound like an invalid sometimes when I speak. But just dredging through reading hours and hours of a book, like, oh my God. One of the books I think was Jingle My Balls, it's called. Jingle My Balls. No, I don't want to jingle your balls. And of course it was an adult book and I wasn't going to read it, but it's funny. I think it's funny. I don't know, but somebody's got to do it, right? But I have this issue with complying with other people. I guess that's what gets me into my issues with work as well. I just can't do what I'm told. Like, I have to do my own thing, you know, which is probably what hurts me in relationships as well, because I can't just go with the flow. It's too easy. I have to complicate things, right? I just have to make everything complicated. You know, now I'm not trying to hit the desk now because I keep knocking this freaking microphone all over the place. It's annoying the crap out of me. But yeah, I'm going through them, and then the one is interesting, and it's a cool story. But I'm reading it, and I'm like, I lost my interest after 10 minutes. I can't read hours and hours. I mean, I have like a 10-minute attention span, you know, and I'm assuming that's because of the ADHD that I have, but I want to create things, you know. I want to create. I want to make things. I was watching a cool YouTube video today about how to make make your videos cinematic on your Samsung S22, which is what I have, which is what I'm recording this on. And it's a phenomenal phone, you know, and it's perfect for shooting videos and whatnot. And this guy made a really cool video, had a stream in it and everything, and I don't know, it was neat, you know, and he took the time to show everybody what he was doing and what he was up to and how he did it, and it turned out really good. Even had Captain America in it, well, a figurine of him. But it was cool, and he showed how he did a spin in the air, and you know, not Captain America, but the spiral, I guess you would call it, of the tree line, which is really neat. You know, envious. I'm envious of that because he made that. You know, and he makes videos, and he does cool. You know, and I'm spending time with my daughter right now, and we're watching Corey Kenshin, which is cool. He's cool too. Really cool dude. Awesome YouTuber. And he has something called Spooky Scary Sundays. And they have clips of, people post clips of what, I got a notification? Oh, whatever, man. Silence is crap. I don't want to hear about notifications. People post recommendations for short films, which are really cool, you know, because Some of them are really good. I mean, they're really good. Um, these people put a lot of effort into this stuff, and it's neat, man. It's neat. It's neat. I like it. But then I get envious, and then I get envious because seeing someone with that kind of drive actually making something, and me always wanting to make something and never doing anything about it. It turns from being envious to being, it's depressing, It's depressing. Like I want to do these things so badly and I just can't. And I hate that word. I can't. I remember growing up and my father always telling me, you don't say can't. Don't say can't. But why? Like there's an actual block that's preventing me from doing things. And it's me. I'm the block. So I need to learn how to do it. And it's not just a matter of, oh, well, you just need to do it. You just need to get out there and do it. Oh, yeah, it's great. Wonderful advice. Worst advice ever. Because there's more to it than just that. Just get up and do it. Yeah, sure. Just record stuff. Yeah, that's great. That's great. But what happens if you talk yourself out of it constantly and you do nothing but procrastinate? I actually got that word out fully, procrastinate. I actually said that word like it was meant to be, which is another thing I was getting into with the voiceover work. I had to look up some words, which is great. It's good for learning and researching and whatnot. But like I said, doing 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of a read, perfect. I can do that. But when you start getting into the hours, I just start losing my focus in it. And there's people that have true dedication with it. And I think that's phenomenal. I think that's great. I wish I could do that. I wish I could have that amount of focus and put that kind of content and that kind of material out. I try to. I really do. I do ads here and there, and they're quick and they're easy and they're done. And maybe that's all my mind can allow me to do. Or those short bursts of things. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I want to create, and I know it's something that you just need to do, and you need to get into it, and you need to make stuff, and just create, and it's just that simple. And there's so much material out there that we can create upon now. Even with the phone, the S22 I have here, phenomenal phone. I mean, geez, you can make. I've seen movies made with it. Professional movies made with it. Just I talk myself out of it, and I feel lazy, like I'm a lazy freaking bum, and sometimes I wonder how I got the job that I got. I mean, I worked hard for it. I worked my way up, and I got to the position that I wanted to get to. But then it becomes boring, even though there's so much to do. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. There's so much to do, and I'm good at it. I'm good at what I do. So creating this kind of content is something new, and I guess it's scary in a way. And I'm just scared. And maybe, maybe that's what it is. I'm just scared. I'm afraid of failure. And I don't want to fail. So since I'm afraid of failure, I talk myself out of doing it. And then I get mad. And then I waste a day away thinking about, what I could have done. Yeah, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to get up early tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to set the camera up, right? I'm going to start recording. I mean, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to do it, right? I'm just going to just make it happen and just do it. And then the morning comes. And then I end up not getting up, unless I have work. My day job. Unless I have my day job, then I'll go to that and I'll do that. Because I need that. That's how I take care of my family. That's how I feed my family. even though I still cannot budget money at all. And I don't even buy anything, but it's all the little stuff. It's almost like I wish I knew a financial advisor. Actually, I do know a financial advisor. And I should talk to him about it, but I don't. Because I'm an idiot. Because I want to procrastinate. And I want to talk about talking about it, never do anything about it. That's what I like to do. Yeah. But, jeez. I remember I was diagnosed with ADHD a while back, and I was on a medication called Vyvanse. And it's not like Ritalin or anything. It actually stays with you all day. But I just, I guess my body built up a tolerance to it too quickly. So I ended up being at the maximum dose, I think, which is 70 milligrams. And that stuff was wild, too. I mean, the first couple days you take it, you're not sleeping at night, at least the first 2 nights. Might have been the first night. There's no sleeping. You just can't. There's the thought of sleeping doesn't even happen. But I would get so much stuff done as I was on this. But like I said, eventually I would build up a tolerance to it, and I was up to 70 milligrams, and there was no more that you could take. So I talked to my doctor about it, and I let him know, and he said, well, some people, what they can do is they take, like, Adderall or Ritalin with it. And I can't do that, so I just stopped taking it, I stopped taking it. And that's a funny story. Sometimes I was missing pills, and I remember I remember going to the and it's a controlled substance, so if you only get 30 a month, and that's it. That's all that you get a monthly supply. So if you're missing if any disappear by someone you're living with, if they disappear, you can't get them back. And I remember going to the pharmacist because it happened quite a few times. I was missing pills. And yeah, I'm forgetful. Sure, I am. But there's no way in hell that I could, forget these multiple times in multiple months. And I wasn't taking a double dose because there's no way in hell you're taking a double dose of that. I mean, you'd probably explode. So I remember going to the pharmacist and saying, hey, is there any way you're shorting me pills? And he's like, look, Josh, I'll count these things in front of you if you want, but I'm telling you right now, it's not me that's making your pills go missing, all right? Maybe you ought to check with the person you're living with. So sure enough, that's what was going on, but they would never admit it, so whatever. But still. So, but once you're on that, and once you're prescribed that, and you're taking a daily routine of this Vyvanse, missing a day or two, like I said, missing pills, so you're missing one, missing two, you crash the next day. So you're out of it. Like you can't even move. Like you're calling out of work. That's how out of it you are. You're just tired. Like it's almost like someone hit you with a tranquilizer. That's how strong it is when you don't have it. So I built up a tolerance to this stuff. And it happened a couple times that I tried it. I guess I tried it maybe 2 or 3 times, and I would give up because I was like, there's no way. I don't need to be medicated, but it does help. But then I build this tolerance so quickly, there's nothing I can do, so then it doesn't work as well anymore. And like I said, it would only take maybe 2 weeks till I'm at the max dose. And then what do I do? Then it's not even like I'm taking them and they're not even doing anything anymore. So then I weaned myself off of them, which is insane because, like I said, you're out of it, so I did it on a weekend where it didn't matter, and I probably slept the whole freaking day, and I couldn't even get out of bed, and I'm not even exaggerating. It was pretty bad. It was at least maybe 6 to 8 hours just not even, just wanting to lay down and sleep. So then what do I do? Like today I feel good because I've had a lot of caffeine in me. So apparently I must need a stimulant, but I can't be building such a high tolerance to them because then what do I do? Then what do I do? Then I have this whole, well, then I'm then I feel like a slave to a medicine that I have to take, but it's helpful. So what do I do? And then I have that fear of, what if I miss some? Now, I'm not going to miss some now because I'm no longer with that person. So they wouldn't go missing. Um, but still, then I'm dependent on this thing, and I don't want to be dependent. That's my biggest pet peeve, my biggest pet peeve and fear is being dependent on something else. Like right now, I'm dependent on a job, and I don't want to be dependent on a job. I want to be dependent on myself. I want to be able to do what I need to do to survive and take care of my own without worrying about anybody else or anything else, and just take care of my family and be good to go with that. Yeah, I guess that sounds selfish to be that way, and I'm sure everybody wants to be self-sufficient, right? I mean, why wouldn't you want to be self-sufficient? I don't want to work for someone. I mean, I enjoy it, at times. No, I don't enjoy it. You know what? I don't enjoy it because I don't like being told what to do. But it's a necessary evil. It's something that I have to do. See, I just lied there. But then I redeemed myself by telling the truth. I don't like working for someone. I don't like being told what to do. And you know what? I do. I don't mind being told what to do. It just depends on what it is. Because there is a certain sense of security in being told what to do. Because in my mind, if I'm told what to do, then I know that I have to do that. And once I do that, I know that's the right thing to do. And then that's okay. And then that fits into this little box that I have inside my head. Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, good. I can do that. And it's validated already, so it works. Because I have such an issue with validation. I always have to worry about being validated. Like I have to validate everything. And it's just, it gets in the way of everything. It really does. So it's a lot to ponder about that I have. But yeah, no, I'm not reading, Jingle My Balls. No, I'm not reading that audiobook. I don't want to do that. And then I get into the swing of reading some of these auditions for these audiobooks. I didn't get any of them, because I didn't complete any of them. I've only done 2 and I didn't get those. And the one I thought I did pretty good on, but my problem is I don't like following a format, I just want to talk. I just want to talk my own thing. I want to tell my own story. I want to read the story and I want to summarize it. I don't want to read what you wrote, and see, I'm an idiot for being that way because that's not ever going to work. I have to read what you wrote. Otherwise, why would you want me to read for you? Because I'm not going to follow what you wrote. That's frustrating. Shit, if I made a book and I wanted you to read it for me, I would want you to read what I wrote. I mean, that's plain and simple. Why do I have to be so goddamn difficult? It's annoying. It's annoying being me. It really is. It's like you shoot yourself in the foot for everything you do. You try to self-start and then it just peters out. And then you're looked at as lazy, But it's not laziness. It's like some kind of self-fulfilling prophecy or something. It's I don't know, you get excited about stuff and then you look at the failures in it. I got this one opportunity once. And it was another ebook and it was a good amount of money. And I wanted to talk myself out of it. Like I didn't get it, but I had to audition again, and I could have done a better audition, but I didn't. And then I ended up not getting it. And I think I self-sabotaged it because I was afraid to get it. Go figure that one, right? I need the money, and I wanted to do it, and I just I don't know. I just, like, I fail at it on purpose. You know? Go figure that out. It's stupid. That's how annoying it can be. You know? And then I wonder, does it ever get any easier? You know? And I watch these YouTubers that my daughter watches, and they put out good content. They do. They do good work. And I tell her all the time, I say, look, it's not as easy as they make it look. There's a lot of work that they put into it. They put their heart and soul into it. I don't even know where to put my heart and soul. I just feel like I just linger. I'm just lingering. I go to work, I do my job, I do that the best I can, and I want to do more, and I end up not doing any more. And I end up just getting frustrated, and then I end up just talking about it. And then I get excited. And then I want to do this, and I want to do that. I want to do this, and I want to do that. And then I end up not doing it. It's bullshit. It really is. It's bullshit. I mean, just like this. Like, who's listening to this right now? Nobody's listening to this. But you know what? In honesty, I don't really care. Because I feel like it's something that I have to get out. And it's for me. And yeah, if there's people listening, great. I appreciate it. But if not, this is like journaling to me. Because I try it, right? I tried journaling. I tried it for, I don't know, 3 days maybe. 3 days I gave it. I can't stick with things, I just can't stick by them. I just can't stick with them, I can't. I don't follow through with anything. And I feel like I'm beating myself up, but it's just, it's frustrating because, like I said, I went through these voiceovers, and I want to do these voiceovers, to make extra money, and because I want to tell stories, but I don't want to read someone else's story. So what the hell is wrong with me? And then I get back to the thing, well, am I just being lazy? I don't know, I just got to keep trying, I guess. That's the important thing. I just got to keep trying and keep going over and over and over and over it. And not give up, Like I said, I saw some of these short films that are on this Spooky Scary Sunday from Corey Kenshin's channel. And they're pretty good. They're decent. And they're only maybe 6 minutes long, maybe 5 minutes. But some of them are really good, really high quality, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm not saying that I want to make movies. I want to be in them, sure. But I do kind of want to make them too. But then I see how much work it takes, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. And then I don't know what it is, really. Like, why can't I just give it a try? I mean, who cares? Who's judging it, But it's so easy to say that. Like, who cares? Just give it a try. Just give it a shot. You'll never know unless you try. What is it Wayne Gretzky said? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take? Okay, great. That's great. You're Wayne Gretzky, I mean, I get it. You want to keep trying and keep going like Kobe Bryant, right? He's just always practicing. Always, and he's at his level, he's an expert. He's an expert. But he kept practicing over and over and over again. And I mean, it's just something that I got to do, I guess. It's just something that I want to keep practicing at and keep doing. But I guess what happens is I get into this conundrum with money, and then that becomes my main focus. And I get so stressed out over not having enough money that I don't want to do anything at all that I love to do. because I get into this like this black hole, you know? And then I have to wait for a raise. Like I get a raise, I forget, once a year, twice a year, but it's never enough. It's never enough, you know? I mean, it's bad when you have to budget getting a Slurpee at 7-Eleven. I just, I know I have the money. I just don't know how to manage it. I have no idea how to manage it. Oh, man, it's something I got to work on because it takes up 95% of my brain, you know? 95%. Damn, that's a lot. Oh, well. I'll just keep giving it a go. I'll just keep taking a stab at it, you know? One step at a time, they say, right? One step at a bloody time. But my problem is I look at all the steps. I look at the whole climb. And then I talk myself out of it like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's a big-ass climb. Okay, never mind, But then there's some things that I do that I'm just like, I'm amazed that I can do them without even thinking about it. And maybe that's just because I've been doing that so long. Like, I think about the stuff that I do at work and some of the situations I get into and troubleshooting and whatnot. And I have no fear whatsoever. And I know everything's going to be okay. And everybody around me will be like, oh, what are we going to do? And I'm just like, this is what we're going to do. And this is how we're going to handle it. And everything's going to be fine. And I have such a sense of calm that I know everything's going to be all right. But I guess it's just something that I have to get better at. I just have to keep working at it, Man, you would think by the time I got to my age, I'd be so much better off, but I'm not, you know? But it's funny because you never feel the age you are anyhow. I still feel like I'm 19, 20, you know? So that doesn't even matter because you don't feel the age you are. But still, I would think after all this experience that I would be in a better position in life, At least feel like I'm in a better position. Maybe I am in a better position, but I have no idea. You want to feel it because perception is reality, right? And if you're perceiving it wrong or perceiving it the way you're perceiving it, then that's the way it is, unfortunately. Even though reality is reality, perception is reality because that's the way you see it. Your brain plays Photoshop on what you see. Yeah. And that's it. So if I had any words of wisdom, it would be just, I guess, keep your chin up and just keep going with whatever you're going through and trying. But only you understand the situation you're in. Only you know how hard it is that you have to battle and struggle through it. So no matter what anybody tells you or what you read, it's not the same as what you're going through because we're all going through something different. And, I've read a lot of self-help books, and I guess they do help some people, but I find them really annoying after a while because it's not helping my situation, and I guess that's because only you can help your situation. And maybe what those self-help books are is they're just, I guess you got to look at them as a guide or what, what they say? They say you should surround yourself around people that are upbeat and doing good, and they're doing a good struggle, and they're keeping their nose clean, and they keep going. You surround yourself with positive people. So I think what those self-help books really are is not so much instruction manuals to how you can fix your life, but it's in a way surrounding you with positive people. Even though they're books and it's words, it's surrounding you with positive stories. So maybe that's a way to look at it. You look at the self-help books as positive influences, not as so much as a guide to help you in your struggle, but more or less someone that went through a struggle. Someone that went through a struggle and they got through it. And it's a positive influence on you. That's how I need to look at it, I guess. Because you know what, now that I think about it, that's an epiphany I just had. Because I would always look at them like, okay, great, that's your life, good, that's wonderful, that's your life. I'm glad you got through that. So how was that helping mine? But it is, because that story is a positive story. It's a positive influence. And you want to surround yourself with positive influences. That's what helps you through. Interesting. That's interesting. Now that I think about that, I never looked at it that way. Well, on that note, I don't want to screw it up by saying anything else dumber than that. So, take care.